Hey viewers, welcome to Tech Titans another video. So this video is targeting those who are actually using Linux or have just shifted to Linux. Basically Linux users, but it will be kind of more useful to people who have just shifted to Linux and or want to shift to Linux in future or use WSL in Windows. WSL, which I mean the Windows subsystem for Linux. This video is targeting them. So there is a common myth that installing software on Linux is quite hard. There is a myth, and yeah, it's not that hard. Basically all you need to give is a few commands from the terminal. That's not hard. And in distros like Ubuntu, Mint, and 90% of the distros, there are software managers for them. But see, I'm not telling you to use those software managers. I have got a better solution for you today. What's it? Well, so what if you could use the terminal, but you're a beginner and you could enter one command to wholly install applications easily with only one command? Won't it be fun? Now, why use the terminal again? Beginner users, why should they use the terminal? Because you see, software managers, they take a lot of time to install stuff and they are basically slower, while these Linux terminals, they are way more faster than any software manager out there. You see, terminal downloads, everyone knows that it is always faster, and that's why what I wanted to do is make a project, and with that project what I wanted to do is to install stuff from the terminal, and but it should be easy. It shouldn't have much steps. It should be about one or two lines, two commands, and I could install stuff very easily. That was my main motive. So I started on a project and I present you the Lola CLI. Okay, so the name can be a little funny, Lola CLI. Well, Lola is basically a short form, an abbreviation. So what's Lola? Lola is a package developed by me, and the current version is to 0.0.2.1. So this is a simple CLI tool to help beginners install apps in Linux, as we can see in the README. Lola is made for Linux users basically who want to develop software fast and easy. I already told you the software managers thing. Well, Lola, in this video I will make you get familiar with Lola, though it's in the README too. I just wanna introduce you to Lola and teach you how to do it in video, because you see, video is easier than writing text and all. So dependencies are Python click. Well, you don't need to care about those. clear this. Yeah. So suppose let's go to the beginner mode. Let's think that I'm a beginner. I don't know what Python is. I don't know what pip3 is. I don't even know. So basically, I don't know what's pip, what's coding. Yeah, I'm completely a non-programmer side, and I just want to install applications because I'm new to Linux. So what should I do now? Let's go to the docs, the readme first. Well, you can find this on this page also, but this looks cleaner. So this is the method one that we will use here. If you don't have python 3 and pip installed in your system, or are not that much of a python coder, then use this method. This, let's copy this. There's a copy button here. I don't have Lola in my machine currently. I uninstalled it. So it will ask for my password now. Would enter my password, and so now it's installing stuff after it asks me for password. So it's automatically doing all stuff. Basically it's setting up Lola for me so that I can use it. I have already Python and pip and all in my computer, so it won't install now anything. It's telling that all are in the newest version. Here it also installs Lola. So if I give Lola, wait one second. Okay, nice. Now let's clear this, then restart the terminal. Lola, yeah. So Lola is here again. This is basically what's Lola, what I was talking about. This is a CLI tool, and as you can read it later on while you use it, there are basically two commands here: check apps and install. I will tell you the second method for installing, which is pip3 install lolacli. So now if I uninstall lolacli, okay, so pip3 install, sorry, it's showing it's not installed. What's the problem? No, it's installed. Still I'm installing it again. pip3 install Lola CLI. So this is how you can install Lola. It's collecting Lola. Okay, done. Now let's clear this. Now let's come to the usage Lola help. This will give you the basic menu. Now check apps. Check apps can give you the list of supported apps. So if I enter check apps, so these are the apps it currently supports, and most are the popular apps. Gym, DaVinci Resolve, Wine, which is the Windows emulator. I mean, not an emulator, sorry. Basically, I don't know what to call it, but its name is Wine, is not an emulator. LibreOffice Full. This downloads the whole LibreOffice suite. Then there is Krita, Brave Browser, Brave Beta version, Brave Nightly, Edge Beta version, Firefox, Chrome, Lutris, G Drive, which is the Google Drive, Blender, Python 3, Miniconda, Anaconda, Java Development Kit, VS Code, Atom, and lots of stuff here. You can check it out later while using Lola. Wanna show you an example now. For example, I want to manage my disk partitions. So I want gparted. You can check gparted ain't in my PC now. It's not in my computer. Lola install gparted. Let's do this. It will ask for password. Just press Y to agree. And now it will install gparted in your computer. My internet's not so well today, so it's kind of blur, but still, until this process occurs, let's move on to the readme. So what it basically supports is only Linux systems and WSL, of course, in Windows. You can use these also in WSL. Now the currently supported distros are Mint, Ubuntu, and derivatives like Pop OS and stuff, and Debian 10. These are some screenshots. See, I wanted to install Audacity. It installed Audacity after I entered Lola install Audacity. Now what's the guide here, how to use it? So if you forget how to use it, you can refer to the guide in the readme file in the GitHub repository. I will give the link of all the necessary stuff like GitHub repository and Lola client down there. Here it is. So first we need to enter sudo mode. I didn't enter sudo mode, but what you can do is, what's basically sudo mode for beginner Linux users. Okay, it has downloaded. First let's check. Yeah, here we have gparted in our system. Now just clear this because it looks clean. Sudo su. So this is basically your sudo mode, and it asks you for your password, and you have to enter your password. Then now whatever you do here, we were getting that irritating stuff like enter your password to run this file every time we ran Lola. So I recommend that Lola should be ran in this sudo mode. So if we do Lola install Audacity, I already have Audacity. Let's see if it works now. My internet. It's waiting for headers again. Internet is today at its worst condition. Let's move ahead with this. I showed you the help command, I showed you the check apps command, I showed you the Lola install command. Here it's happening. Yeah, now you can exit the sudo mode by entering exit, but you can, this is optional basically, that go into sudo mode and doing this, but yeah, you can do it, you can do it. What I used for making this: Python 3.5 8.5 and Sublime Text 3, Visual Studio Code, Git, Python Poetry. Release notes: current release is to 0.2.1. What's new? Larger app support, improved readme, and fixed installation script. So Lola can be the hands-on great tool for Linux beginners. You can check out the repository again, and if you don't find an app in this apps.txt, well, so this is basically the apps.txt here. This is where I developed Lola. Yeah, so here are all the supported apps. If you don't find your app in the supported apps list, then you can just pull a issue. You just go to the issue tab and the new issue, and just write that I want this app. So we will surely appreciate your, I mean, we will accept your request, and obviously we will try to do it. But if an app is not supported in Linux, then we will also inform you about that. And if you want to contribute to this project, visit the contributing.md file. Here is the basic project structure. Here is the guide to contribute to Lola, and this was it, Lola CLI. I hope you liked it, and if you like it, then just give this video a thumbs up. This can be awfully this can be awesomely great for you if you are shifting to Linux, because as I told you since the start of the video, that this is the best way to install apps fast and easily. This is probably the best way, yeah. And if you want to know how Lola was made, you could peek into these files. These are quite, the development was quite easy. You could just peek into the, now you can check the release history here, which is, this is the current version and the previous versions. These are the download files. You can download your, if you want to contribute, you can download it from here too, Lola. And here are the project links, which are basically the repository I showed you. It's licensed by MIT license, and yeah, it's OSI approved, and for now it's quite new, and I'm waiting for some contribution or some issue requests so I can even work on it and see which apps should I add more. If I make you go through these apps, this one's GIMP, DaVinci Resolve, Wine, as I showed you, there is Vim, there is Desmium, it's an emulator for console games. Then there is Audacity, HTOP. There are millions of, not millions, but about 100 and so much apps, I guess. Not actually 100, 82 as the line show. 82 apps supported here. And just file an issue if there is any other app you need, because these are some very quite common apps that people need, so that's why I just use these for the time being. And also, if you wanna update Lola, then what you can do is there are two methods. First, you uninstall and install. Well, and if that doesn't work out well, then do something. Then just, this is the version like 0.2.1. You can just pip3 install Lola li equals to the latest version. This is already satisfied, but if you have a newer version and want to shift to an old one, or you have an older version and wants to shift to a new one, then it's quite useful to do it. So it will already happen. And this was the video for, I hope you liked it. Give the thumbs up to this video again, subscribe to the channel if you liked it, and for now, goodbye, happy coding.